Okay, so this blind reaction, I think I'll just pause it and tell me when you want me to pause it if we want to say something. But it's this guy called Emmanuel, I hope I don't say his last name right, Acho. And you've probably seen his clips on Instagram. They do like little like panels and ask people questions and, you know. So this one is called Interracial Relationships, Uncomfortable Conversations with a Black Man. So I'll just play a little bit of it and we'll, you know, kind of tell me how you feel about it.
Welcome to another episode of Uncomfortable Conversations with a Black Man. You see, prior to 1967,
oh my God.
These couples would join me on stage, they would have to look like this. Because this would have been illegal.
Okay, yeah.
It still makes you a little uncomfortable.
Okay, not really, but whatever. This girl's from The Bachelorette.
It probably applies to something, right? Or like some people. I'm sure some people get uncomfortable still.
I guess.
But yeah, not you. You're like, what?
But I want to start with an email that I received, and I really want to focus on.
Kind of talks like a preacher or something.
Totally.
Because someone asked me, they said, Emmanuel, as a black man, do you feel betrayed?
The music, I think.
When you see a black woman?
Yeah.
This sounds like it was produced by
Okay, so he
Oprah.
said, do you feel betrayed when you see a black female with a white male?
I might not necessarily say I feel betrayed, but I feel some type of way. Rachel, you and I, we go back. And so I'm going to tell you something that I haven't told you before. 2017, I'm watching The Bachelorette, and I see finally they chose a black woman. They chose a black queen. And I'm thinking to myself, surely.
You all right over there?
Pick a black king.
Yeah, I did okay.
I know nothing about Ryan. Like, nothing about Ryan. Never met the guy. But all I see is Rachel picked a guy who is seemingly white. I felt some type
Okay.
about that. What would you
So she was on the.
to someone
She was the Bachelorette, or she was.
She was The Bachelorette.
She was.
She was.
Well, friend, I don't even know if I should say friend after you just said that to me. No, I'm kidding. But honestly,
She ain't kidding.
I had to say, you know what? My journey of love can't be any different just because the color of my skin is. And people can't judge me for picking someone who doesn't look like me.
Right.
Like, I feel like they expect me to pick someone who looks just like me, but that's not fair. They should just want me to fall in love with whoever it is that I vibe with.
You know, I think about this quote, and I was thinking about this yesterday. It says, if the enemy of my enemy is my friend, right? We all remember that. If the enemy of my enemy is my friend, then the friend of my enemy is my enemy. And I was thinking, historically speaking, white people are the enemy of black people. So when you see a black person with a white person, then all of a sudden you're like, wait, you're with the enemy. Have you lost friends?
What the fuck? Have you lost friends based on who you love being with a black man?
I wouldn't say I've lost friends.
I was like, she better not say yes. What the hell? Where do these people live?
She says there's been a lot of difficult moments with a lot of people that she's very close to. So yes, motherfucker.
With people that I'm very close to that it's been very hurtful, and I don't know exactly how to approach it. I don't know how to communicate our relationship to them in a way that they understand. I don't know how to get rid of racism and just allow them to see him for the person that he is. I don't know how to do that, and that is why I want to talk, because
No, I love, I'm gonna tell you something. I love every moment of it.
Why?
Because
Is he black?
is growth and strength in our relationship.
What do you mean? Is he black?
And
I'm just talking shit.
Oh,
diversity is a great thing. When people show true colors,
he's got a good voice.
Yeah.
not everybody's going to be accepting of everything.
Do you not have a problem with the fact of when black people are seen with white people, to a degree, to the black person, like, you've lessened your blackness? Like, Rachel, you were...
I don't feel like that. I mean, my black. Listen, I don't give a fuck.
Okay, I know. Okay, this is my thing. I know that some of this exists, right?
Yeah.
Or it exists, but to me, it doesn't feel like the overwhelming idea that goes on. I don't think it goes on at all within the relationship. If it does go on, it goes on like between like outsiders.
Okay,
You
so
get what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying?
Here's
or
what
no?
I think. I think that there is a level of in which a lot of white people have to deal with things with their white families sometimes, where they go through, maybe insensitivities and black jokes that, sometimes it's like, they say you have that. There's always that uncle at Thanksgiving who's like saying some racist shit. I feel like everybody, has that uncle. And so I do think that exists. For me in the black community, I don't really know. I feel like we've ascended past people joking or making fun of me because I'm dating a white boy. I don't think that happens still.
Right, but you've made comments before about when you see a white girl with a black man, for example.
Comments like what? Let's be clear.
Like, it's frowned upon, or people talk about it in a weird way.
But I personally don't have that view. But
I'm not saying you do. I'm saying the talk is there. The conversation is there.
And that's only because there's a certain type of I guess you could say categorism that's like, if that's a fucking word, that's happening when certain types of white women are dating certain types of black men. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's always that stigma with black men who are dating bigger white girls. Like, there's that. And I think that they're in this interracial relationship thing, there's lots of causes because of that. Because I feel like black men have taken a very hard hit as far as like who will want them. And I feel like unless you're like,
What do you mean they're taking a hard hit?
I mean, I honestly believe that because like if you're not an NBA player, if you don't have a lot of money, it's hard for like a middle class, black man, I don't know. I just feel like it might be a little bit harder for dating for them sometimes. Because they are stigmatized. There's a lot of things going on in the community that not necessarily for them. So sometimes, I saw this article and I saw someone say that you'll never see a rich ass white lady with a broke ass black dude, but you'd see it flipped around. So I'm not saying for the most part that black people are poor. I'm just saying I feel like sometimes it's harder for black men because there's this weird underlying thing that happens in the black community between black women and black men. So, they kind of go outside their race. I mean, there's millions of reasons. We don't have to get into all that. But I don't know. I feel like there's like their own little things that happen, if you get what I'm saying.
Right. I'm more responding about the video as far as like he was saying like it's like you're like dating the enemy, or like people think that like you're walking around, they're like, oh, he's with a white guy, she's dating the enemy. Like stuff like that. I'm like,
I mean, I'm sure there's some stupid ass people that still are on that. Yeah.
Yeah. And then like he's asking her, have you lost any friends over this? I'm like, who do you know that is losing friends because they're dating outside their race? Like, who are these people friends with?
I mean, we live in LA, so maybe we're just like a little more, sheltered to the idea of what people probably go through.
Right. But do people think this is like the norm? Because it's not. I don't think it's the norm.
I don't think
what
it's
I'm
the norm
saying.
either.
As far as like walking around and people being like, "Oh my God, they're traitors," like on both sides. Like, "Oh my God, how
we
could?"
are of sound mind and consciousness though, so we don't operate like a lot of other people. So I don't know. I honestly don't know. I do feel like maybe sometimes there are black dudes, or even like, some black dudes that I know probably they're like, "What the fuck?" Like, you're dating that white boy or some shit. But I don't think they would ever say that to me, so it doesn't exist for me. But I do think that it still happens, yes. I think it's a thing. Let's see what else happens.
Woman, law degree, well-spoken, you're with Brian, good dude, but he's not black. People look at you and you're like, Rachel shouldn't even be talking. Like, she's not even black.
I've experienced that, and hearing you talk about the way you grew up, you've probably experienced that your entire life. I've always been told that I wasn't black enough. And I'm not even I don't have, any white in my blood. Actually, I don't know if that's true, but just, I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, I am not biracial is what I'm saying. Like, I'm a black woman, and I've always been told that I wasn't black enough because of the way that I grew up, the experiences that I had. And so to be 100% honest, and you know this, it was something that I fought before I came onto The Bachelor. Up until I was 30, I really didn't date seriously outside of my race because I felt like society, not my parents, not my friends.
I mean, I don't identify with this. I mean, I am biracial. Yes, there are times where I feel like I wasn't black enough, for sure. I mean, but I don't think that had anything to do with who I dated, though. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't like, wow, I'm less black because I have a white boyfriend. It was more like, I'm less black because I'm getting treated differently at school because I don't, like, culturally, I don't know some of the things when I was younger. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know. This seems like really intense. This seems like Jesus Christ. Like, fucking.
People really overthinking stuff.
Oh my God. I'm like, damn, shawty, you was on The Bachelorette. Like who you like you fine. I don't know. I don't want to minimalize her struggle, but you know, I'm just saying.
You know, she really found love with The Bachelorette.
Yeah, I mean, look at her boo now. She got it. He don't even look white. So what's she talking about?
He just sitting there like,
He don't know what the fuck to say. See, he
I'm
doing
just
his
gonna
job.
I'm just gonna
See,
shut
there
the
you
fuck
go.
up.
Shut the fuck up, boy. He know what the fuck is going on.
maybe he's about to ask him something.
Maybe
He's gonna speak when he's spoken to.
Shout it. Anyways, that's a little too serious for me. I'm fucking over that.